Hello everyone, Vito's a 32 back again with another look at the mail for this week. Now, I am actually still expecting a package from Amazon to come today. I'll probably tack that on at the end of the video whenever that shows up. First of all, I got some decks from Fulton Playing Cards. It is the new Smoke and Mirror 15th Anniversary Editions in the OG colors. It's an homage to the original one, so it's fine. They're pretty nice. And then I got one from eBay. This is Magyar Karta, which literally stands for Hungarian card. And it's by Truffle, which is a Polish company that does cards and games and puzzles. It's a 32 card deck, Hungarian style. I figured I would check it out. And also check out this company Truffle. So it's 2 for 1. It's a nice enough deck. Then I got, again, a bunch of games. First of all, I got from 401 Games in Ontario. This is Boomerang, the Europe edition by Grail Games and Scott Elms. And it's a game where you're going to be flipping cards and writing stuff down on a score sheet. Basically, it's kind of like a flip and write, except it's more of a draft and write. Or perhaps you're more familiar with roll and writes, where you roll dice and you're writing down information. So it seemed pretty interesting. There's also an American version and an Australian version. I wasn't too interested in them. I figured let's do Europe. I may never travel to Europe, but I sort of get to travel to Europe with this. So why not? A pretty small little game. Then I got some from Board Game Bliss again. First one I got is Village Green by Osprey Games. And it's you're competing to arrange flowers and plant trees and maintain lawns and stuff like that. Gardening, it's basically you're laying out cards into a grid and trying to score points for those grids. So there is that. I got another one that's actually very similar. It's called Village Rails. It's also by Osprey Games. However, these are both by different designers. So it's kind of like two different variations on a similar game. This one's a game of locomotives and local motives. I like that. And a bit thicker as well. And again, you're laying out cards in grids, trying to connect railroads, and different cards have different symbols on them that can help you score points. And there's also tickets that you get points with. It's a little bit hard to explain. And then I got one more from them, and this one is by Z-Man Games. It is Pandemic Contagion, which of course is based on the rather big Pandemic line of games. You may not be familiar with them if you're not into board gaming, but there's a lot of games that are based on, that are in this Pandemic line, where you are trying to move around on the board and you're trying to basically stop viruses from spreading around the world and, trying to prevent pandemics. In this game, you are the disease and there is no cure. It's a little bit different. I believe it's also by a different designer, but basically you're trying to play cards to spread viruses around the world and try to win the game that way. It's kind of an interesting flip on that. And then I got a couple games here that I got from Board Game Bandit. The first one is Hanamikoji, which is, I guess, by Emperor S4 Colonarch, companies I'm not familiar with. A little game here. It is, well, you see what it is. So you got geishas, Japanese geishas, and you're trying to play cards, collect cards and play cards to win the favor of the most geishas. So, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing the name correctly. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It actually was nominated for the Golden Geek Best Two-Player Game in 2016. So it's a bit of an older game. I thought it looked pretty interesting. And then I got another one here. This is a smaller one. It actually has foil on the box, which is rare in card games, it seems. And also on the cards, and it's called Saint Patrick. It's by Madrigal from France. And it is a little trick-taking game. Yes, another one. In this one, you're trying to use relics to try to prevent you from getting snake bites. You get snake bites by winning tricks, and if you win more tricks than you have relics, it's gonna hurt you, basically. And it's based on an older game of a similar idea, but a different theme. I figured I would check it out. So that is it. I am expecting one more to show up from Amazon, and I don't know if the mail is going to bring anything. I haven't seen the mail yet. So stay tuned. We'll see if there's anything else. Alright everyone, VJ back with some more mail. As I mentioned before, I would be back with something from Amazon, another game. It is a Freedman Freeze and Stronghold Games Fabled Fruit, which is a pretty big game, pretty big box, because it has a huge stack of cards, and it's part of this Fabled system. I think it's the first one that came out that has a Fabled system. What is a Fabled system? I'm trying to find out the year it came out. Whatever, it came out a few years ago. The Fabled system is a system where you're going to be playing a game with some of these cards, and then at the end of the game, you put those cards away in a bag, and the next time you continue where you left off with the remaining cards. And it's a set collection game. You're trying to collect, well, you got fruit cards, cards that have fruits on them. You're going to be using to perhaps get some of these cards which have fruit juices on the back. And so yeah, the back of those cards, I just got it, haven't opened yet. On the back of those cards, you got fruit juices, and you can see, you know, to get this card, you need 3 grapes and whatever, 2 any other fruits, and you get that card. You get 1 juice, and you're trying to get the most juices. And here's the fruit cards, pretty cool. And this is 1 stack. There is 3 stacks, so I'm not kidding. You play for 1 game with some of the cards, and you put them away, and the next time you continue on, you can keep playing for hours, I guess, and go through the whole thing. There's actually an expansion to this as well, which I may get. We'll see. But it's a pretty big box and game. But, surprise, that's not the only mail I got, because the mail actually came, the actual mail, and I got a order from Penguin Magic, one of a few that I'm waiting on, so there might be a couple more next week. The first deck is Fantastica by Carolina Cabito and Black Roses. I got number 444, pretty cool number. It's made by this magician and pretty nice and simple. And the other one is the latest from Penguin Magic, which is the Butterfly Purple Royal Edition, which is a partnership between a collab between Penguin Magic and Butterfly playing cards, and printed by Cartamundi, so excellent quality, still available if you're interested. Both of them are. So that is that for this week. Comment, like, subscribe. We'll see you next time next week with more.